When the world is thrown into chaos, who will rise to defend those too weak to defend themselves? The Sahagin summon Leviathan, Lord of the World, that the unbridled fury of the sea would wash away those who would threaten their livelihood. Eorzea's people turned to the warriors of light who drove this sinister serpent back to the briny deep. Now, new voices can be heard from the deserts of Thanalan, to the verdant woods of the Black Shroud, to the snowy peaks of Coerthus. These voices cry out for a champion. But who will heed their call as the defender of Eorzea? Is it Fritz? Is Fritz the person to heed their call? No. That is the official site description of patch 2.3, Defenders of Eorzea. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Let us continue on, where the story will gradually start picking up now as we move into Heavenswood. I think the big thing about these like patch quests is, at least the way they are in A Realm Reborn, it's a lot of stop-start kind of storytelling. There's a whole lot of having to rebuild up to something happening and then it stops again and you gotta rebuild it up again because, you know, they're not released one after the other. There's a wait between releasing them. So doing them all back to back can become a bit of a slog. But we're almost there. A Realm Reborn's also like the longest section of game as well. It's like so much longer than the expansions are. To Uldar! I gotta go find Alpha now. I guess. Fine. If I must. Come on, Fritz, let's go. Are you ready, Fritz? We have some content to get through. Who's going to be our friend for today? A buffalo calf. Look at him. Adorable. Let's go. I refuse to be part of what's going on there between those two players. I refuse to get involved. Leave them to it. Hi, Alphano. I found you. It wasn't much of a search. The map told me where to go.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well.
He sounds like much less of a smarmy little bastard.
It was anything but an isolated incident.
In the later games.
Restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
What do we got? Earrings. Don't need them. No, thank you. I'll take the ring, though. Is that a gloam ring or a knocked ring? Probably a gloam ring, I imagine. You haven't really piqued my curiosity. It's more just that I'm trying to get through this so we can get to Heavensward. It gets a lot better. When I reached this point on my first playthrough, I kind of skipped all of the cutscenes for these bits because I just kind of wasn't that interested. But the problem is, then when Heavenswood started, I had no idea what was going on. So I had to like Google loads of shit like, who's that? Who's this? Who dat? Who dis? Because this is about to start setting it all up. Like, stop agreeing to everything, Fritz. Haven't you got anything better to do with your life? And worry about what Alphano's doing? Eat faster, Fritz. Why did you start a riot? I'll kill you all. Are you sure? Because I'll hurt you. I had to skim reading this stuff. We'll get the gist of it. I am here to soothe you. Watch this. There, there. There, there. Did that work? Did work. Thanks for the ring. I'll wear it always. Hello. You are a desperate refugee. The hell? Why? Don't think you can take me, for I am the main character. Wah. That was my worst. Did it work? Oh, this one's slightly tougher. Slightly. Anyway, all your friends are dead. What now? I know. Sucks, doesn't it? Sucks to be you. Reap the whirlwind! Oh, we're getting through this quickly. Am I going the right way? Sure, why not? Most probably. Hello, you okay? Don't look okay. No. It's a good thing I'm so inconspicuous, isn't it? Get him! That marmot's seen some shit. Oh, hello. Fancy seeing you here, you dick. I want to ask you a question. About sedition, treason, and revolution. I don't need evidence. I've kind of established this already. I just killed loads of people. Does it look like I need the right to detain you? Unfortunately, this is a Final Fantasy game. I absolutely give a shit about politics. Especially in Final Fantasy XIV. Good job, Fritz. Well protected. I mean, I didn't ask for your permission, so... There is that, you know? I didn't really ask for your permission. You know who I am? I am Fritz. Whatever his surname is. And... he does not ask permission from no man! Or little... Lalafell boy. Or anything to that effect. He's dead. You got arrowed in the chest. Oh, I don't really care, to be honest. I'm just kind of doing what I'm told. Well, it's not that I don't care. It's just, you know, it's been a long day. Revolution! The fragrant chamber, I'll do it. We're not going to go into the Pugilists Guild this time either. We're going to go the correct way for the first time ever. Hello again. I would like to go to the hosting strip, please. Thank you. Gotta go to the Chamber of Fragrance. Gotta go and visit Roban's Fragrant Chamber.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
this information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a It was this atrocity which prompted...
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji?
Outrageous!
But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
He's got a stupid name.
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the
Also, he was
Cartano
probably
lands so that
framed.
refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we all know that. Yeah.
What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed.
No, I didn't know that.
There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagan ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
Yeah, it's because he's a rich dude. That's what they do.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
Yeah, he's a rich dude. It's par for the
By
course, my
inciting the
friends.
less
It's what they do.
fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Alagan monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Allagan inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cotonou Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon, one which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased.
That's so interesting. That's so interesting. Stop talking.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have.
Can't let him have Omega.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces.
Tis an acknowledgement of
I agree. Absolutely.
this power.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Damn right. Brett is also here. I'm also part of the conversation. Oh, I want him now. Stories we tell. Oh, we're getting through this one. This one's rapid. We're like halfway through. Why am I the best suited? Why me? Is it because I'm cool? I'd like to deal with the Essenes, yeah, you know, the plot. That'd be cool. Revolution in the Scions, you say? Speak of the devil. Look, I know you're busy doing this, but what about this other thing that we need you to do? The Sylphs again? My god. Are you capable of protecting yourself? Like, I know you are because I know the rest of the story, but... Is that true? Is that a thing? I have not seen any evidence of that. To the Rising Stones! Onwards! Where is it? This way. How many of the Guardians destroyed Doma? I forgot that was a thing. That comes back much later on in about 400 hours. Or probably more like 30. 30 hours, something like that, but after Heavensward, basically. As I said, the expansions aren't as long as A Realm Reborn. They're more like standard Final Fantasy game length. Whereas this is more like a Final Fantasy game and a bit, right? Like 1.5 Final Fantasy games. Why though? I mean, it's fair comment. These two, totally incompetent. Yeah, they did summon him before, I just didn't do that quest. I forgot about that. Looking at my map like I don't know where that is. I know exactly where that is. The Lord of Levin! We have to do this without delay, but first, go speak to this person. Look at me knowing my way around. It's all coming back to me now. I've been playing it for a couple of weeks.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty.
Cool, can we get to the point though?
I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from
She's
Little
really
Solace.
struggling to read these lines out, isn't she?
Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelve's Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelve's Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks.
You're very happy about it, aren't you? Doing a little jig.
Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin.
Then we'll kill him.
An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelve's Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
What am I running for? I gotta choke you out. I can fly! Pico can fly! We're gonna be Levin an impression. You see? You see what I did? Do you get it? Fine, I'll follow you. Why is this game so quiet? It feels really quiet. Has it been dead quiet this whole time? Yes. I thought so. I thought so. Into the Southlands! You weren't allowed to go this way before. Well, well. Probably something to do with that, I imagine. Hello. Behind you. Yeah, I'll be safe. I can just do this. It's very standout music considering how little it's probably used. Hello. My event got cancelled, whatever that was. Do you mind? Bringing back Ramu. Got more important shit to worry about.
Tynora betrays thee,
I think.
servant of hiding.
Do we have more important stuff to worry about? Probably not, to be honest. Hello.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan.
Damn right.
I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
I'm not a man. I'm like a kitty cat.
The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest not for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just.
Fair enough.
Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflict hath brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man.
I repeat, kitty cat?
Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born?
According to the Dark Souls lore,
It
sure.
would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges, that they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye, but there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal, shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee.
Okay, I gotta wait in the queue first, though.
If thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
No pressure then.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Okay, I'll do it.
Eorzea, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady.
Gideon Emery is his voice actor, and he is far too underutilized as one of the only good voice
I must beg
actors.
thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
When we get to Final Fantasy XII, though, we're gonna be hearing a lot of him. He's like one of the main characters in it, so. Been so well and good, but first you gotta die, because you're in the way. That should piss Ramuh off even more. Anyway, this one. 6 minutes. I refuse to believe. But, you know, maybe. Till then. Where are we going? Central Shroud, Sorrel Haven. Sorrel Haven. Wait. What are we looking for? A floating eye. I don't really remember Ramuh's fight, so this is going to be fun. I have absolutely no recollection of it, like, at all. Whatsoever. So it's going to be a good laugh trying to trying to do it. Hello? Oh, okay. Speedy boy today. It's not like Sunday night, so it won't be so bad. It's Wednesday. And everything resets on a Tuesday, so there's more people doing the things. Guy's got a cool introduction, doesn't he? I'm ready, probably. I think I gotta fight these. Maybe. Normally do. This music's way too chill. Oh, what does that mean? I can't move. Ow, my eyes! I'm in a dark room. That's how it gets you. It blinds you. That's the mechanic. That's pretty easy, actually. You happy now? Oh, probably. No! I have to go now. Goodbye. Fine, I'll give you accommodation. No one else wanted to watch the cutscene. Bye!
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light.
Impressive, aren't I?
And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
I mean, he was threatening to kill us all, so I feel too bad for him.
In witnessing thy struggle, the truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
I got a bunch of these tombstones now, don't I? Maybe I'll just make some cool new armors with it. Okay, Biko. You doing okay? He didn't receive it overly well, that's for sure. Oh, why do I have to tell her? Can't you tell her? Man. I guess while I'm here I can check to see if I can buy any cool new armors. What? That does look pretty cool, but that's not what I want. This is what I want. Can get a new thingy. Does look pretty badass, doesn't it? Just that. Just that. Should we do it? Let's do it. Shall we do it? Probably not worth it, to be honest. Might as well save them for... Yeah, I'm gonna save them. For when we need to do it for Heavensward. I mean, we're a badass Dragoon right now. I got a plan actually for them. I got a plan, a cunning plan for them. Which needs us to be level 64, but that's fine.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramuh made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania, and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return.
It's true, it's all true.
As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your
I'm not allowed
cause
to get a house. I
henceforth.
have to win the lottery to get a house. Like, what's going on? Need like 30 million gil and to win a lottery just to get the land. Bullshit,
Lord
really.
Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent.
Nidhogg, probably.
Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Hello. You did nothing to help at all.
If everyone is ready, let us begin.
Eorzea, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Eorzea and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
It is important that I enunciate all of my words.
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm.
It's not quite the live stream, but it's very fucking similar.
In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
Basically the same concept, yeah.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls.
It's just not delivered in quite the same effective way, the same
Twixt this world
emotionally
and the next through the
crippling way
ethereal currents
that it is in Final
swirl,
Fantasy VII.
bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape.
I love how it explains all this now, not like
Thus, a defeated primal
40
leaves
hours ago.
behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Well, at least they explain it, I guess.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a Crystal of Darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection,
Have you noticed that the budget's gone up, though?
To victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady.
That's what I'm saying. It gradually gets better
Only
up until
when we
Heaven's
have
Sword.
trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
I feel like this is probably the point where Square Enix probably start to actually believe that this project's going to work.
At present, we lack
They
a
start
viable
giving them
means
money
to
and
entrap
stuff.
and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Oh, do I have to? Oh, fuck stupid children. What? What do you want? I'll kick your fucking ass. Die! It's not gonna end well for him at all. Very cool looking sky, isn't it? Hello. I'm ready. Come on. Come on, do it. Do it. That's what I thought. taking any damage. Damn it. Exactly. What were you expecting to happen? Oh, hooray, etc. Damn impressive is Fritz. He's come a long way, hasn't he? Anyway, that's his character arc done. At least up until the rest of the game, anyway. Oh yeah, he starts this whole like organization of people that he calls like the Crystal Braves or something, and they just kind of disappear from the plot like about as quickly as they're introduced. And we'll call it Outer Heaven. It's tiresome and time consuming, so we're going to make you suffer too. Oh, I gotta do all this shit. Always me. Always me. Guess that's a no. Fine. I'm assembling a team. All you need to know. I should have just gone to the etherite, shouldn't I? Instead of running. Oh well. My little buffalo calf. Cute. I forgot that I got him. Hello. Fine, screw you. Screw you! I'm gonna do this like in every city because that's gonna be annoying. God, I think I do. How annoying. Right, bye. Yeah, you gotta do this in every city. That's a thing. That's a choice. It's a choice they've made. Are we going? Gridania. Like, a lot of people say this is the best Final Fantasy game like ever made, which I don't necessarily disagree with. It's definitely up there, but not on gameplay, only on story. As an MMO, the gameplay is like really solid, but like just for the end game stuff and the like the daily stuff that you do in end game, but during the quests, the gameplay isn't actually all that up to much. It mostly is just fetch quests and running between cutscenes. The story does make up for it. It's a lot, again, it's a lot like Final Fantasy 16 in that regard, because 16 had a lot of it too, didn't it? Just running around watching very, very long cutscenes. Very similar. Not Easter anymore. No. Hello, Laurentius. Do you want to join my crack team of people? I remember you. I actually do. I do remember you. I don't remember you as much. chaos. Here. Down below! Oh. No, down below. I said I was getting through this really quickly, didn't I? It's because I forgot about this shit. This is pretty egregious padding, I must say. What do you want? This gold saucer, okay. To the Royal Promenade! Onwards! At least I put them relatively close to the Ethernet points. Hello, I don't remember who you are. I remember. I mean, that's what he says, but in reality, they don't really do much. If I remember. I don't really remember them being in the plot for that long, so... Pray, return to the Rising Stones.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the... Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose.
Yeah, just all of that, you know, like what the fuck?
Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl
What the
us
hell
this
reason
way
have we
and
given
that,
you to
like
doubt
a
us
dust
now?
devil skipping across the...
Not like you did anything at all.
Cannot be done about Telechi.
Kill him.
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'Dan law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
Don't try and act. Don't do
He
it.
has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing?
Gonna try and act. Oh no. No! I'm
And what good
unacceptable!
What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Oh, justice! The script says I need to be angry!
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
I just reminded you of that part of the plot, just in case you forgot. With all the boring running around shit we had to do. But, oh yeah, I remember. That thing. The plots, I remember. I'm poking fun, but it's not that bad. It could be worse. There's a lot of stuff they cut out, though, so if you're bored of this, Just think, this shit used to be even longer, and there was so much more filler and bullshit that you had to do in between the plot bits. So much more. They've really streamlined this whole thing. Just the important stuff now. Keeps going. We're almost done with this one. Almost. Hello, friend. Excellent. Alright, I know all about House 4 Tom. It's fine. I'm pretty liked over there now. You may remember, I had more important things to worry about, and then we had to go and get involved all up in their political bullshit. Also, it's very important that they bring these guys back. It's kind of a big deal that they had to bring them back because they have big involvement in the Heavensward plot. Hello! Remember me? I'm back! New helm. Cool.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurth's soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House 4 Tom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve. The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait? Halone's blessings be upon you. Though I take no
Halone?
pride
Is
in
that how
your
you pronounce
mission,
that? That's how
many
I'm
of mine own
pronouncing that.
countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons? It might be
Noticed how the acting suddenly has improved? It kind of does that.
But truly, I could not wish for a finer
It's like they press the
You have
switch.
done much
Right,
for
good
my
acting
house in the
switch.
past,
Click.
and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
Alright, this is finally the point now where it's going to start setting up Heavensward, so... Hooray! I still gotta do the Crystal Tower bullshit though. Boo! Hello, remember me? Man, there's so little combat in this one, isn't there? My lord. Hello. Return to Snowcloak. Snowcloak? That's a dungeon. Remember dungeons? Remember gameplay? I remember gameplay. There's Snowcloak there. Oh, we've been there before, haven't we? I thought they cut it out, but no, it's just later. It's enough combat for one day, Jesus. Want to calm down a bit? Far too much gameplay going on in this episode. Let me in! Camera, why? Hello?
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody.
I thought you were dead, is what he said in lots of words. But at least the voice acting's improved.
But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart? Indeed, and this transpired at Snowcloak? Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order. Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma. As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion. Given the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
Thank you. Goodbye, I'll see you in the next expansion. Really? Oh, can I not equip that? Did I get the wrong one? No? Does it need to be? Yeah, it does need to be. Okay. Hello! Brave new companions! That is a cool hat. Won't be able to see it, but it's a cool hat. Oh, what's wrong? Calm down. The Scions will absolutely not have a uniform. How dare you? Hello. Put this on. It looks ridiculous. Just saying, you're gonna look ridiculous. So much busy work in this one. Like, none of the expansions are immune to busy work, but they definitely cut it down as well. Looking forward to it.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the Scions of the Seventh Dome, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one. Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals, or the conflict in Carteneau, it is plain that the nations of Eorzea cannot solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come! take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
Oh wait, no, I remember. I remember these guys. I know what they do.
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready. I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Eorzea.
Will you
My
make your
thanks.
mind up how you pronounce his
I shall
name?
contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death.
I don't know.
Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder, have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans? Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelind's silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
A lot of windiness going on. That's probably not good. But we'll see that play out later on. Eorzea defended. We defended it from something. Not sure what, but we defended it from something. That got us the Defender of Eorzea title! Boom! That's... what was it? Defenders of Eorzea. Patch 3.3. Did you enjoy it? It's okay. It's okay, I guess. Bit slow. But the plot is gradually thickening. Isn't that right, Fritz? That's not a command. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I was saying. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye.